Zone A lost. Skill is its own weapon.
Y'all hear this? Boy. All right, enough playing around. It's me, Daddy Fat Snaps, and the title is a little open. You know, I left it a little bit open to interpretation, but you know, let's get into this. What is this video about? It's not gonna be about bashing Destiny or Bungie or going toe to toe with other YouTubers. That's not the purpose of this video. And again, that's not saying that I'm not a firm believer in customer feedback. I work in customer service. I work in a hotel. So, you know, if a guest stays with me and they had a poor experience and, you know, didn't necessarily like it, hey, you know, I gotta do something about that. And that's, you know, I believe, again, or at least I hope Bungie's working on that. And again, at the same time, while I believe in voicing your opinions, I also believe in, you know, playing with the cards that you're dealt. Now, to be honest with you, for a long time, I saw my KD drop on my Titan. I mean, it was like a 2.72, and then after all the, you know, stealth updates and all that stuff to the networking, it dropped down to 2.39, which again is still very, very good, but I just didn't feel as dominating anymore, you know? I mean, again, that's kind of a poor way to look at it, but I just didn't feel like I could go in any match and know that I'm coming out on top. I mean, it's no secret too, I mean, if anybody has followed my page, or channel, excuse me, that the Titan is my favorite character. But to be honest with you, the player that I play the best with, the character I play the best with is gonna be the Warlock. At that point, you know, I kind of decided, you know, I had nothing to lose anymore. You know, I wasn't feeling as dominating, wasn't, you know, doing as well in matches. It just didn't flow as well. So I figured, you know, let's bust out my Warlock again. And, you know, actually with this, I decided to make a few huge fundamental changes in how I set up my characters, and I'm going to kind of talk about that today. This isn't like a character breakdown. I'll kind of get to the message at the end just so you guys know. I'll pull it all together for you. So typically I would go for a high armor build. That's what I always went with, no matter what. The other attributes kind of fell where they may, but no matter what, consistently, it was always going to be high armor, every class, every character. So again, and I'm switching from a Titan to the Warlock. I mean, skating has become, you know, a part of my everyday gameplay now. So I wanted to remain as fast as I possibly could. So I opted for a high agility build, pretty much no armor at all. I also wanted to take advantage of that amazing melee I've been missing so much. And use that agility and speed to be able to get into close quarters very, very quickly and get out. People could have said, you know, why didn't you just go for, you know, high, you know, agility and decent armor or good armor, you know? But for me, to be honest with you, I wanted recovery. I know it's always looked at as a PvE perk, and maybe it's placebo effect. But again, I feel like I can go from gunfight to gunfight, and if I'm gonna be aggressive, I need to be able to heal up really, really quickly before that next gunfight. So I went with highest armor, highest agility I could possibly get, and then very, very high recovery, and again, like little to no armor. I'll show you here in a second. And what ended up happening was the build I came up with was a build that was just made to make people feel uncomfortable, to feel uneasy, to you know, kind of get them out of their comfort zone. Hard scoping at the back of the map, Axiom Bolt. Crouch shotgunning, Axiom Bolt. If I'm in the middle of a gunfight and I'm fighting two people that are coming in, I got Soul Steal to get my health back up when I go to fight the next person. Not only that, but if you do kill me, I have Void Fang Vestments on, so as soon as I revive, I got another grenade and I'm right back in the fight. Now, I know a lot of people, you know, they like Blink, and back in the day, Blink was the bee's knees, let me tell you. But, you know, with how the changes that they've made to readying your guns in this game, I don't necessarily feel like it's really good for an aggressive shotgunner. For a sniper, yes, because you can get a snipe off and then as a defensive tactic, get the hell out of there. You know what I'm saying? As a shotgunner, your draw time is too quick when you're coming out. You almost land as you're drawing your shotgun, and I mean, if you're trying to get the jump on somebody, that's not good. They could already have it out waiting for you to land. And also, so that's why I opt for Focus Burst. You know, again, I mean, you would think that it's an inferior option looking at the two, especially for shotgunning, but it's really not. And you close ground super, super quick, especially if you equip the Mida, which is what I like to use with this build, just to keep my agility just ridiculous. But if you're shotgunning, you basically have the lay of the land the entire time that you're on the map. And then you'll see I transition from jumping to sliding to all this good stuff, the things that you couldn't necessarily do with Blink anymore, you know? And you can see from a lot of these clips, me shotgunning, I'm getting in their faces a lot quicker than they can react. So, you know, what's the real message of this video? Am I saying, you know, ditch your character, you know, bounce out of there? No, that's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is that you have to be willing to adapt if you want to get out of that slump. You know, trust me, I am very, very competitive by nature, and I was having a terrible experience just because, you know, because I'm so competitive, and my output wasn't matching my expectations of myself, you know? I needed a change if I wanted to get back to my old self in this new environment. You know, do I want Bungie to give us a better connections and a better, you know, overall play experience? Of course I do, right? I mean, we all do. We love this game. But is it gonna happen today? No. And at the end of the day, again, I know fun is in the eye of the beholder. You know, I know a lot of guys who, you know, don't necessarily care about, you know, how they do in the matches or anything. They just want to have a good time. They just want to play around with different weapons. Just want to, you know, play hide and seek in the Crucible, you know, stuff like that. And that's the beauty of this game, and I think why people keep coming back to it, because you can play, you know, how you want to play. You can do whatever you want to do in this game. It's just a matter of, you know, what do you want out of it? You know, the reason why I even brought up the build and the Voidwalker is because I had to switch something up in my game to kind of feel how I did in year one, essentially. You know, I had to make a few changes with how I played, and it made a huge difference for me. I look at Destiny and through fresh new eyes. I realized that it's not the same environment that we had back in year one. But again, I'm loving it, I'm playing it, I'm having a great time. I haven't been this excited to play Crucible in a long time. So it's really awesome getting back in there and feeling the way I did. But again, that would never have happened if I hadn't decided to stop throwing you know, the same noodles at the wall hoping they would stick, and you know, just keep, I mean, bashing my head against the ground trying to figure out how to get this done. You know, to be honest, one of my favorite quotes is the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. So that was kind of what happened for me. It kind of clicked. I'm like, let me try something different. Let me mix it up. And it ended up working for me. So again, guys, thank you guys for watching. Again, this is just a little bit of a commentary. Nothing too crazy. Hope you enjoyed the gameplay that's running in the back. But I love putting these videos out for you guys. I've been getting a lot of people now saying they want to do the Overwatch rap battle, so I might have to incorporate that in. But yeah, I mean, we got big plans for the channel. Stick around. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Daddy Fat Snaps